Have you ever wondered why your dog's beautiful coat seems perfectly manageable one week and then suddenly becomes filled with stubborn tangles after a few days of rain? Many loving dog owners assume matting happens because they missed a brushing session or because their dog spent too much time playing outside. But the truth is often much deeper. Rainy weather creates a hidden challenge that affects countless dogs, especially those with medium, long, curly, double, or dense coats. Moisture quietly changes the structure of the fur, making individual hairs cling together more easily and creating the perfect conditions for knots to develop. What begins as a few tiny tangles can quickly transform into larger mats that pull on the skin, trap dirt, and cause significant discomfort. Understanding this process is one of the most important steps toward protecting your dog's health and happiness. Inspired by the educational philosophy of Dr. Karen Becker, this discussion focuses on prevention, awareness, and proactive care because healthy dogs thrive when owners understand the environmental factors influencing their well-being. Rain may appear harmless, and many dogs absolutely love splashing through puddles, running across wet grass, and exploring the outdoors during damp weather. However, every adventure in wet conditions introduces moisture into the coat, and that moisture can become a major contributor to mat formation if not addressed properly. Different coat types respond differently to rainy conditions. Dogs with long, silky fur often experience strands sticking together after becoming wet, while curly-coated breeds may see their curls tighten and intertwine, increasing the likelihood of tangles. Double-coated breeds face their own unique challenge because moisture can become trapped within the dense undercoat, creating an environment where friction and compression encourage matting. Even dogs with shorter coats are not entirely immune, especially if humidity remains high for extended periods. As moisture lingers, the fur repeatedly expands and contracts, causing individual hairs to wrap around neighboring strands. This process may seem insignificant at first, but over time, the accumulation of tiny tangles creates larger problem areas, particularly around the ears, neck, chest, legs, tail, and underarms. Minnow owners do not notice these early warning signs because the outer layer of fur can conceal developing mats beneath the surface. A dog may appear perfectly groomed from a distance while hidden tangles continue forming close to the skin. This is why regular hands-on coat inspections become especially valuable during rainy seasons. Gently feeling through the coat and identifying small knots before they grow, owners can prevent discomfort and maintain a healthier grooming routine. The key lesson is simple yet powerful. Rainy weather does not directly create mats overnight, but it dramatically increases the conditions that allow them to develop. When owners recognize the relationship between moisture and coat health, they gain the ability to stop matting before it becomes a painful problem for the dogs they love most. At this point, many dog owners believe they understand the problem completely, yet there is another layer to the story that often goes unnoticed until it becomes serious. The real danger of rainy weather is not always the rain itself, but what happens after the dog comes back indoors. A coat that appears only slightly damp on the surface may still be holding significant moisture deep near the skin. This hidden moisture creates a perfect environment for tangles to tighten gradually as the dog moves, rests, stretches, and sleeps throughout the day. Every movement causes tiny points of friction where damp hairs rub against one another, slowly weaving together into compact knots. The process can be surprisingly fast, especially during periods of high humidity when the coat never fully dries between outdoor trips. This is where many owners encounter an unexpected surprise. They brush their dog regularly, maintain a good grooming schedule, and still discover mats appearing seemingly out of nowhere. The explanation often lies beneath the visible surface of the coat. According to the educational approach promoted by Dr. Karen Becker, understanding the root cause of the health or grooming issue is often more valuable than simply treating the symptom after it appears. When owners recognize that hidden moisture is a major contributor, they can begin taking preventive action before mats have a chance to form. Imagine a dog returning home after a walk in light rain. The fur may look only mildly wet, causing the owner to assume no special care is needed. Hours later, however, the damp undercoat remains compressed against the skin while the outer layer begins drying unevenly. As the coat shifts throughout the day, small tangles develop in areas where movement is greatest. Behind the ears, under the collar, around the legs, beneath the chest, and near the tail base, these tiny tangles gradually tighten. Days later, what started as a nearly invisible knot has transformed into a mat that is difficult and sometimes painful to remove. This hidden progression creates suspense because the damage develops quietly without obvious warning signs. Dogs rarely announce that mats are forming. Instead, they may show subtle clues such as scratching, licking, restlessness, or sensitivity when touched in certain areas. By the time a mat becomes visible, the problem may already be well established. Fortunately, prevention is far easier than correction. Thorough, Towel drying after outdoor activities can significantly reduce moisture retention. Using a blow dryer designed for pet grooming on a safe setting can help dry dense coats more completely. Gentle brushing while the coat is drying helps separate hairs before they begin intertwining. Consistent coat inspections after rainy walks also allow owners to identify trouble spots early. The most important lesson is that matting is not simply a cosmetic issue. Healthy coat care contributes directly to comfort, mobility, and overall well-being. Yet an even more important discovery awaits, because understanding which prevention strategies work best for different coat types can make the difference between constant grooming struggles and long-term success. The encouraging news is that rainy weather does not have to become a seasonal battle against coat mats. Once owners understand how moisture interacts with different coat types, they gain the ability to protect their dogs with confidence and consistency. Every coat has unique characteristics that influence how it responds to wet conditions. Dogs with long flowing coats often benefit from gentle daily brushing during rainy periods because it prevents small tangles from becoming larger problems. Curly coated breeds may require extra attention to ensure moisture does not remain trapped deep within dense curls. Double coated dogs frequently benefit from thorough drying practices that reach the undercoat instead of focusing only on the visible outer layer. These simple adjustments may seem small, but their long-term impact can be remarkable. The philosophy often associated with Dr. Karen Becker emphasizes supporting health through awareness, prevention, and informed daily habits. This perspective applies beautifully to coat care because the healthiest grooming routine is usually the one that prevents discomfort before it starts. Rather than waiting until mats become painful enough to require extensive grooming sessions, owners can create a routine that keeps the coat comfortable, clean, and manageable throughout wet seasons. The practical strategy begins before the dog even steps outside. Keeping absorbent towels near entryways allows immediate drying after walks. Paying special attention to the chest, legs, paws, belly, and areas behind the ears helps remove moisture before it settles into the coat. After drying, a quick inspection using both hands and eyes can reveal developing tangles that might otherwise remain hidden. Consistency is far more important than perfection. Even a few minutes of preventive care can save hours of grooming effort later. Beyond physical comfort, these routines also strengthen the bond between dogs and their owners. Grooming sessions provide opportunities to monitor skin condition, identify changes early, and spend meaningful one-on-one time together. Dogs often respond positively when grooming is approached gently and consistently rather than only during emergencies when severe mats have already formed. This transforms coat care from a frustrating task into an important part of overall wellness. As rainy days come and go throughout the year, it is helpful to remember that moisture itself is not the enemy. The real challenge comes from allowing moisture to remain trapped within the coat without proper management. By understanding how weather affects fur structure, recognizing the hidden risks of humidity, and applying preventive techniques tailored to specific coat types, owners can dramatically reduce matting problems and improve their dog's quality of life. The journey begins with awareness and continues through simple daily actions that protect comfort, mobility, and well-being. Every brush stroke, every towel dry, and every careful inspection contributes to a healthier future for beloved canine companions. The result is a happier dog, a healthier coat, and a more enjoyable experience for everyone involved. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notifications so you can see our new videos early.